one of the questions which I've been trying to tackle for like the past few weeks. I was reading a book and I was just like, man, are my ideas like, sure, I'm gaining perspective from other people's ideas. I'm learning about what X author has to say or what Y person believes. But like when push comes to shove, I know that you said like connecting the dots is easier to do backwards than forwards. Like it's only possible when you're doing it backwards. But one of my things is like, yo, are the ideas which I have currently, are they my own? Or are they just weird combinations and amalgamations of other people's ideas? And that frustrates me. It's the weirdest thing. I don't think that, I don't know if other people have those like sorts of thoughts. For sure. Yeah. So like, you want to go more in depth on that? What's your take?
Yeah, I think I struggle with that with like creativity. Like I'm like trying to like make a video about something or design some sort of clothing. And like the only things I'm like kind of like relaying in my mind are like things I've already seen. And it's like, do I have any sort of free thought? Like I went on this whole sort of like deep dive on like just free will exist. And I went to some like existential crisis earlier in the year. I was like, do I control anything in my life? And I think like your creative expression is like, or it's a huge part of who I am. And like thinking that like it's not coming from me is like a pretty scary thought. But I think eventually what I came to terms with is like you take in a lot from other people, right? But you sort of like relay that or bounce it off sort of like, I don't know, like echolocation based on like your experiences, right? Like you read some quote and then you live your day and you sort of bounce it off your daily life. And I think that's why like travel is just one of the most valuable things you can really do in life, is it really allows you to just see things that are different. I think combining that with taking in things from other people is what makes it you at the end of the day, because that's sort of like your filter. Like the final product, like how you think everything is your interpretations of everything and how that relates to your life.
Definitely. I think when Joey and I had this conversation
I had an existential
earlier,
crisis and I did not clean my room for 4 weeks. I swear to God, I was like, the world's ending, bro. Like coronavirus, we're all gonna, like it's the end. It's like
read some Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I threw exactly, dude. I was like existentialism, bro. Like I'm not cleaning my room. That's it. Like you see that plate right there? It's not moving. It's not moving off my desk. It's not leaving.
But I think it's important to have those conversations, right? Like one issue I struggle with is surface level conversations when I first meet people. And it's beautiful that we've been able to get this deep on a conversation, right? Max, we just met. That's what I love about talking to people and talking to strangers. When you overcome that discomfort of, how, like, do they actually want to talk to us? Do they care about how we feel? Or do they just want to, talk about themselves all the time? Overcoming that fear and just saying, hey, screw it, let's just see what happens, can be so liberating. And also I think life is really discovered in those conversations. Like that's where the cross-cultural aspect is so important. And even for us, right, we're in New York, you're in North Carolina, we're, call it 1,000 miles away from each other. We're still in the same country, but there's still nuances in our own lived experience where we can gain value and understanding from. That's what I dislike, I guess, so to say, when people write off conversations or aren't willing to dive into topics, because you're almost losing out for yourself, not even just for the other person on the other side. Just a little bit of a ramble. That said, though, on the creativity thing, I think it's totally okay to copy, quote unquote. Because even when you're copying, you're still infusing your unique perspective, like I was saying before. You still have your unique experience, as Max, to tell people about. And that's what people are there for. Like if this is the thing that I find is kind of cool about like the personal branding typosphere and in some sense what you're doing. Like the brand is you. So and I can see how that can be a negative thing, because then anyone who doesn't like the brand it feels like it's attacking you, and we feel that too. But when you go about that process, it's, if you were to replace someone on your channel with like a Max lookalike, say we put Joey on your channel and it's like, hey, I'm Max now. People wouldn't be there for the same reason,
Yo, what's this beta version of Max? Like, Oh my god, that'd be so.
But that's what I think is so cool about all of that. It's because it's you. It's because they're there for you. But I guess the flip side of that is when they turn away, it's also because of that, and that's where it can get tough.